Next team, again, a senior potential team, so take up semester.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Alsan, and up here with me I have Saeed, Yo, Grant, and Derek, and we are Team Blindside. Last semester we set out to produce a kit that is retrofitable into the common 2-inch blind that is found in most households. Some of the feedback we got last semester was good, and basically what our blinds do is react to outside weather, temperature, light outside, and they'll automatically close and open based on temperature. One of the downsides that we had and some of the feedback that we got was that somebody had to come out and actually install these blinds. We wanted to make them a little bit more easy for the average person to install them and also give more options. And so some of the options that were asked were battery power, also some sort of charging device for the battery, so that the batteries didn't have to replace. So this semester we set out to add a lithium-ion battery with a charger, and also one of the biggest ones was reducing the cost and the size, and that was probably one of our biggest focuses, was actually doing a printed circuit board design and looking at costs to get manufacturing costs down if these were to be bulk made. A lot of people who would benefit from this would be the elderly, even your normal people who have windows that are high up, and that's kind of what sprouted this whole project, was wanting to be able to control windows that were out of reach. Last semester's board, you can see, was something that was implemented by hand, and it took an AC low voltage signal, reduced it down, and was able to power our motors. And the board actually was able to control 3 motors or 3 different windows. So this reduces the cost by only having one board, for sometimes windows come in sets of 3, or you can do 2. What we did this semester was integrate wireless into the board, and we also wanted to add some sort of user interface to where if you wanted to open the windows and you didn't want to have them in automation mode, you would be able to do that. And we looked at several different options, and one of the cheapest ones that we thought would be best to implement if you were somebody who was going to sell this would be some sort of web access. Most blinds on the market now will have, if they are motorized, will come with some sort of standard remote that's just up and down. So what we did was we took a MSP430 and loaded a program that basically acts as a web server. So that way you can take any web-enabled device, a computer, a smartphone, and access this device through your home Wi-Fi and be able to have access to the blinds to be able to manually control them if you want to open them or whichever. And that was basically our project this semester in play.
Did it work?
Yeah, actually it did. Right now we're having issues because our code is missing. Yeah, last semester the automation portion is what we did last semester. This semester we set out to do more of the user interface section and kind of the things that the techno nerds like, and things that would also be beneficial to somebody who's like maybe bedbound, or somebody, like I said, with the high windows, because there's a lot of people that have houses with windows that are high up, like second story, and they can't get to them. So
How do you detect when you're open and closed?
we use the same system that we did last semester, and basically there is a bracket that fits inside the blinds, and it uses a potentiometer to relay back what the slat position is. And one of the other things that we implemented was an auto calibration system to make it easier, and that was basically to monitor current levels in the motors, so that way when you first turn it on, it would auto-calibrate, find its max and min position. That way you don't have to worry about where the potentiometer is, or if it's or if its tolerances are weird. And it actually worked very well. It actually worked very well, and it's another thing that sparked the project was I wanted it in my house. I was the one who did the hardware. Kyo and Saeed helped both on hardware and software. Derek was lead software person. Grant was helping with putting together our displays. He helped with that last time, and then also a lot of the research and paperwork. And research was one of the biggest things in miniaturizing this because the board that we actually built, we built by hand. So.
How big is that board in particular?
That board will fit inside of a 2-inch blind, so it's a little less than 2 inches and a little wider than 2 inches long. We have it out there, so you want to definitely take a look at it after. Yeah.
All right, let's thank our speakers.